Today, we're going to discuss how to design an effective online group activities. Okay. Uh, in this pandemic COVID-19, in fact, this COVID pandemic 19, it was affected almost all the sectors of an economy. Even the teaching learning was also affected a lot. So being in a teaching fraternity, it's a very important how we need to go for an effective online group activities among the students and the teachers learning process. Okay. The first, the preamble of this today's topic is how the learning and working effectively as a part of a team or a group is an extremely important skill. Is an extremely important skill and one that you will refine and use throughout your working life. Group projects should be among us the most valuable and rewarding the learning experience for many students. However, there are also among the most frustrating also. Okay. And in order to make the group work effectively, the following steps are very important. The first and foremost step is to have a clear objectives among the members of the group. It means that every other member of the group, they should aware and they should know the group objectives. What exactly everybody, for what objective everybody wants to work to attainment of group goals. And the next step is to set the ground rules in order to make the activities more effectively and efficiently. There are some procedures or some kind of rules and regulations are required. Then only everybody can work efficiently towards to the attainment of the goal within the framework or within the ground rules which are set to achieve the group goals one. And the third step is to communicate efficiently. It means that during a process of an action for a group activity, the communication is utmost important. Then only everybody or the group members can work in a coordinating manner. And the next is that's a build in a consensus. It means that you need to build or you need to take in a consensus of all the group members of in a team work towards to in a group goal or in a team goal itself. And the next one is that's define the roles and responsibilities of all the activities for all the persons. When the group activities has been delineated to the different people or the different members of a group, all the work, whatever the work they need to undertake in order to reach or in order to attain the goals, all those roles and responsibilities should be clearly spelled out before starting of the activity or the event itself. And the next one is clarify. During the process of an action, if members encountered with any problems or any kind of an hassles, those hassles or problems should be find out any solutions, or their confusions should be clarified in a well manner. Then only he or she can able to contribute to an optimum level towards to the team goal or a team objectives one. And the next one is, that's the last but one is, that's a keep the good records. It means that recording is also most important. Means the documentation of an activities, when they need to do, how to do, what are all the procedures, do's and don'ts, all those kind of records or kind of documents, kind of things needs to be well maintained. And next to the stick to the plan, whatever the time schedule, according to that, everybody needs to stick to that time schedules also. Why we need to use in a group learning task? Why? Because individually cannot attain much thing. So obviously at that moment, if together working, then only they can able to achieve a good efforts, or then only they can able to achieve a good results or good maximum things in their activities on. So learning in group means that you need to share your knowledge and ideas with other students also. And there are two principal ways that you can benefit from doing this. That's a group learning task. The first one is you need to think carefully about your own ideas in order to explain them to others also. Means being a teacher or being a leader of the team or a group, he should have his this one clear ideas, thoughtful process ideas. Then only he can able to convince the opponent person or a group members what exactly the idea he or she is having. By that idea, how they are going to achieve in a common goals or common benefit, or normal benefit, that's common benefit to everybody. And when you work as a group on a project or an assignment, then you have the opportunity to draw on the different strength of the group members to produce a more extensive and higher quality project or assignment than you could complete on your own. It means that once you decided any group project or group assignments, after that you need to analyze the strength and weakness of all your group members. Then only you can able to delineate, or you can able to assign the task to the different people according to their potentiality or according to their expertiseness. So the next one is, to do this effectively, you need to do in a learning, that's a learn group skills, which are an extremely important part of your professional development. Development in most professions, people are required to work in multidisciplinary project teams, or teams with the responsibility of a specific task. Means being in a group members, you should assign the task according to their skills or according to their interest or according to their passions. Then only they can able to work with more passion, with more interest or zeal. Then only they are able to make your group to reach the zenith. That's the result oriented. And these skills can be important as your subject knowledge, enabling you to be work more professionally. And this kind of group work is actually an ongoing process of generating ideas and planning as a group and working as an individual to carry out the parts that of that plan, and then communicating as a group to draw the individual components together and plan the next setup. And the group work requires both interpersonal and the process management skills also. Some of the skills you need to develop are outlined here. For example, you will discover some of others for yourself. Interpersonal skills, you need to aware, being in a team leader or in a team header, that's a captain, they need to know about the interpersonal skills of all your team members and building the positive working relationship. It means that apart from knowing the interpersonal skills of the different team members, the different members of your team, even you need to have a good maintain, that's a good relationship building with the other members also. And communicating effectively in the meeting means whatever the things you need to communicate in the well way, which can which can bring in a confidence with them, and which can understand them in a very clear manner. And negotiating to agree on task and resolve the conflicts, and accommodating the people with the different cultural orientations and the work habits. And the process management skills like identifying the group goals and dividing the work, planning and complying with meeting schedules and deadlines, and managing the time to meet the group expectations. And at the last, that's monitoring the group process and intervening to correct the problems. Even not only being in a team, effective team management is not only in assigning the works according to their skill sets or according to their expertise. Even during the process or during the work also, this monitoring is also most important. Then only you can able to this one come to know how the things are going towards to the attainment of the goals in a shorter time. And if you come up across any kind of deviations, you should correct those problems. Means if they are encountering any problems, you need to give a solutions for their problems. Then only they can move forward for the attainment of a group goals one. And in these effective group activities, there is some set of steps are there, how exactly you need to manage the process of assigning the different works for this one different teams for an online one. Effective group work does not happen by an accident. It involves the deliberate efforts, and because there are many people involved, it must not be left up to any memory. Good note taking is an essential one. And these are all the some following steps where exactly you need to take care before assigning or before devising or before you planning any group activities through an online one. First, you need to make all your group members, including the captains, have objectives of the group work. Okay, at each stage, you should try to agree on the goals. This includes a timetable for a progress on the project as well as more immediate goals. For example, to agree on the approach to the assignment by Friday, it means that you need to tell them what is an objectives of this particular task, as like when it should be get completed. All those aspects should be tell them or to make them aware of all the group members in well manner, that too before or that too prior to the task is going to be start up. And the next one is that's set the ground rules. It means that in order to work with more efficiently, you need to have in a procedure, some set of rules and regulations or procedures or framework. Within that, everybody needs to be work towards to an attainment of a group goals one. And third one is that's in a communicate efficiently. It means make sure you communicate regularly with the group members and try to clear and positive in what you say without going on or being the repetitive. It means that it should not make any kind of a confusion. Your communication should such a way that it should clarify their any kind of any confusions or any kind of their problems one. And they build the consents. People work together most effectively when they are working towards a goal that they have agreed to. Ensure that everyone has an say, even if have to take time to get more where this one withdraw the members one. And fifth one is that's in define the roles. You need to define the different, or you need to assign the different task to the different people at the different time. Whenever you are assigning any activities or any kind of assignments to any group members, the roles and responsibilities should be clearly specified before starting up of the any kind of an activities. Then only they can able to work within that specific particular framework, as well as they are going to be work with more diligently. And the third one, the next one is that's in a clarifying. It means when a decision is made, this must be clarified in such a way that everybody is absolutely clear and on what has been agreed, including the deadlines also, because that's in a maintaining a time or completing the task within that specified time, that is in a target time, is also most important. And the next, that's the seventh steps, is keeping the good records. It means communicating on the online discussion for your group provides a good record of a discussion. Try to summarize face-to-face discussions and specifically and especially the decisions one. And the eighth step is stick to the plan. If you agree to do something as a part of the plan, then do it. Your group are relying on you to do what you said. You would not do what you felt like doing itself on. Means once whatever the things are decided, deliberated and decided for the group activity, you should be stick to the plan, and you should not deviate, or you should not you should not do an extra or maybe a little less to the as per the group discussions one. And the ninth step is monitoring the progress and stick to the deadlines. As a group, the discuss groups in relation to your timetable and deadlines. Make sure that your personal meet deadlines to avoid letting your group down. It means that at any point of time, any member should not deviate or should not do the work lesser or to any extra to what the things are decided at in your group discussions one. Okay. And there are two kinds of works must be shared to make them team function and the task to be performed. For that, all members and this one captain or maybe a leader, they all needs to be work as a facilitator or the leader. It means depends upon the context, for making sure the aims of the meetings are clarified and for summarizing discussions and decisions to ensure the meetings keep on track and ground rules are to be followed. And even the team workers, the team should be work in the form of a note taker also. It means that they need to take care, they need to take a note whatever the things are going to be discussed and decisions in all the meetings. Why? Because the discussions and the decisions of the meeting are going to be acts as a roadmap or kind of directions how they need to go forward with in their activities or in their task in order to attainment of a group goals or kind of a team goals one. And timekeeper, it means that to make sure that you discuss everything you need to do in time available for the meeting. And the next one is the program, the progress chaser. It means that to chase the people up and make sure that the jobs get done by the time agreed and sort out the problems if they are not. It means that you need to make as in a group team or the team leader or a group leader, you need to make every other member have a kind of a group chaser, that's a progress chaser. Why? Because if they work with a more interest or with a more passion or with a more zeal, then only towards to the attainment of a goal or an objective, then only your whole team is enabled to reach your objectives or to make your activities in a within a less time or within an economical time. And the fifth point is that is in a process watcher. It means that someone who has an eye on the process rather than the content and can bring problems to the attention of the team. It is important to be positive in this role and not the judgmental one. And at the last, the things to be like an editor. It means that to compile the contributions, identify the gaps or overlaps, and ensure the consistency in the final submissions. It means whatever the task or whatever the process activities which has taken place in order for a group activities, all those things, all those activities should be recorded in the form of an editor, means by the person of an editor one. And the next, this one is after understanding what are all the steps and how exactly we need to make online group activities to be in a more effective and efficiently. The next step is to sharing the task. Why? Because individually cannot do all the activities for the group. Obviously, the different types of an activities or the different task needs to be shared for the different persons of your group members according to their skill sets or according to their interest or according to their subject expertise and all. The task needs to be broken down into smaller parts and scheduled. Sometimes one part cannot be started until another part. Why? Because sometimes some activities are interconnected. Something has happened, then only the next activities can be able to start up. So at that moment, you needs to make them to do the work within a more precision or within a more in time itself. Okay, and consider the resources that you have and those that you will not need to find it, and define the outcome required. Consider how will you know when and you have not you have done it in well enough, and divide the task among the team and set the deadlines for the subtask and the time for the future meetings also. Why? Because if you not set the deadlines for the subtask and time for the future meetings, further meetings are also going to be interrupted. So you needs to be very careful even in sharing the task. Why? Because the sharing of the task is a very important aspect in a group activities. That's why you need to be very careful. Here I am trying to tell how the group activity is going to be looks like. For example, see here in this four circle within a different headings like head. Head means the persons, hand means the working people, heart as well as in habits. It means that the online working, online group working, this one, it is like mix integration of all these four H's. It means that head and art and habit. Then only you are, if you have a good matrix or if you have a good chemistry or a good integration with all these four H, then only you are able to find your group activities is going to be within a high level satisfaction or with a high result oriented one. Okay. See in this slide, I'm trying to give what do you mean by in a team, because everybody I think are aware the different full form of a team. This is one important, or maybe if this is one real, this one which gives a real meaning for a team. Team means together everyone achieves more. Why? Because individually cannot achieve much. If you join together easily, you can make in a good sound, and you can make or you can do the things in a more better as well as within a shortest time with more of an economics of a scale concepts one. That is in communication plus cooperation is equal to in a success. So if we get together, we can achieve anything. Okay. Okay, let me discuss about there are some important aspects, or there are 36 ways where you can make your team or a group activities in a more successful. Why? Because teamwork brings more success and workable team brings more success also. In this slide, let me discuss about there are 36 important points or kind of tips where we can make our group activities online or maybe in offline, that's a physical, where we can make our team activities work within a more efficiently and with a more sensible also. As the things were aptly said by an Henry Ford, that's a coming together is a beginning, keeping together is in a progress, and working together is in a success. What are we waiting for? Let's come together, keep together and work together to be successful in personal as well as in a professional life. No doubt this working together is not only yields in a good results in a profession, even in our personal life also. For example, if you take in a wife and an husband, if they're together within a more mutual consents or with a more understanding, then only they can able to make their family life with a more satisfaction or with a more happiest way. Otherwise, the nobody, either maybe husband and wife, they are not going to be feeling happy about their personal lives also. As like even in almost in all the relationships, the mutual consents are in a mutual understanding and in a confidence on each people. That's a trust. That's a trust. This one on another opponent person is the most important in the group activities. Okay, and another quote which was this one given by an Ken Bulchard. That's none of us is as smart as all of us. No doubt, everybody is having any uniqueness or everybody is intel in one or the other subjects. As like if you mixed up a group of people, so much of people you can contribute as an intelligence towards to an achieve an organization goals in a very shorter manner. Okay, that's why before you start a team building in the workplace, you need to understand what it really means to work as in a team. And it's also important that everyone else on the team understand the meaning of the teamwork and work together to achieve this in order for the to further the accomplishments of your team. Here I am trying to give 36 ways to grow the successful working team. Okay, the first and foremost aspects, if you are a team or if your group work needs to be in a get success, first you need to know your people. Know your people means first you know your own subordinates or group members, who are all there, what are their qualification, what are all their plus and minus, that's a strength and opportunities. Then only you can able to assign the task. Then only if you understand your customer, it's very easy to make your further activities in a well manner. That's why you keep hearing whenever you go to any banks or whenever you are go to any business, first they are trying to understand their customers first. Why? Because if you know your consumers or if you know your customers or if you know your group members, it's in a very easy for further aspects in a well manner. That's why it is like any KYC. That's a know your customer, know your students. If you know your opponent as a student, it's a very easy to fabricate or to modulate your lesson plans or your kind of class deliberations. If you don't know what are all their interests, otherwise your whole work is going to be in an uninterested way. That's why first, being in a team members or a group, before assigning or before getting into any group activities, first you need to know about your group members in terms of their professional as well as to a little bit about their personal aspects also. The next one, that's in a team, that is in a together everyone achieves more, which already I said you. That's why you need to make whenever you plan for a group work, first the second aspects, the first is you need to know your group members, then you need to make an efforts to bringing the people together. Why? Because in these days it's very difficult to bringing the people for a together works. That's a teamwork, it's a very difficult. That's why you need to make in a extra efforts or you need to strive hard to bring the people together for a common purpose or in a common team goal. Okay. That's why when they start working and feel the pressure, you will be surprised at the level of the effectiveness and efficiency that they will bring to the group one. And spread the good performance, average people, and the bad performance evenly. This way you can maximize the strength and weakness of the each members of the team. The result will be in a kaleidoscope of a perspective that will enrich the overall performance of the organizations or in a team or a group one. That's why always you need to try to bring all kind of people on a single platform or to in a common goal activities is a very difficult. And so you need to try to strive hard to bring all the people for a common goal. And the third one is that is choosing the right persons to be in a team members. That's why coming together, sharing together, working together and succeeding together is a very difficult one. So you need to choose the right, you need to choose the right best persons as in a group members or in a kind of in a crew members for your activities one. Why? Because if you select any good members, obviously the further activities will also going to be in a good, as like your team work is going to be achieved in a success in a very short span or without any much turbulence or kind of an much sounds itself on. That's why you need to be very careful in choosing the right persons to be in a members. Why? Because team member ultimately, according to their performance, your team success or maybe a failure is going to be decided. If you have any good team members, obviously the team result is going to be on a positive side only. And the next one is forming the strong team. Strong team matlab, the team members should not be in a good human being, they should be in a good skill set, as like they should have in a zeal to reach the zenith. That's in a, they should be having an interest to work for the organization or work for the common goals or group goals in a more effective, without any problems or without any kind of reasons one. In the initial stages of a team development, management needs to be establish clear ground rules and responsibilities that gives the time its sense for the purpose, and these management actions will help to remove the inevitable confusion and anxiety that normally exists as the team members first get to know each other one. That's why making or forming or constructing a strong team is the most important, which requires your real intelligence in choosing the right member and putting them to in a right task or in a right division or right this one in the different in the different work activities one. And fifth good ways is that's in a team composition. Once you select in a different people, you need to make some small teams, kind of in a different, that's in a teams for a different set of works. So the task, the team composition should be within a more intelligence way, according to their interest, according to their expertiseness. You needs to go for an formation of groups or maybe in subgroups according to the task needs to be take care for your at your organizations or at your group one. Okay. And the next one is previewing the behavior of all the members. Means one of the factors leading to the bad teamwork is that the team members do not participate as much everyone does. Some members may have an attitude problems for which the team has suffered. If necessary, recommendations from the peers and supervisors may be sought for this purpose also. It means that every other, when you have uh, uh, when you have selected any members, all members should be work within the same formula or within the same level of an task, same level of an interest towards to in a common goal. You should not, it means you need to identify if anybody are a passion this one workers or maybe an active workers. Means it means that if you find any kind of an ideal or kind of lazy people, you need to make them to motivate them to work as line with the other workers also. Okay. The next one is that's in storming the team. It means managers needs to calm any disagreements. Obviously, whenever any work, whenever any task is going to be doing from any group, obviously these kind of some disagreements or disopinions or kind of a difference of opinions is going to be there. So managers needs to be pulled down or needs to be get resolved all those kind of any kind of group this one difference of opinions among the group members, and they need to make them to work towards to a common goal or an achievement of an organization goals one. And the next one is not allowing the personal issues to play a role in your team. Means whatever, for whatever the reason or the specific this on purpose the team was formed, only thing they need to be work for that particular purpose. It means that they should not mix any kind of their personal problems or personal issues into any professional aspects or to any group goals or to your professional aspects one. And the next one is having one common goal. Being in a group, they should not have any multiple goals. Means the goal should be in a one and which is known to every other members, and everybody needs to be get directed only towards to achievement of that common goal. Okay, that means one group, one goal, like that. Then only they can able to work for that fuller extent to that particular goal only. And the next one is that is most important as an layout and a timeline for the project. No doubt for any group work or for any activity, the time frame or a time schedule is most important to carry out the different activities by the different members throughout the period itself. So you need to stick down, and this time schedule should be well in advance. It should be known, or it should be discussed, and it should be revealed to all the members of the group, of all the levels of a group also. The next one is that is in developing the teamwork requires the commitment. Every other members should have a skill, like, or they should have things like a commitment. It means that they should be dedicated towards to work for an organization goals, not for their individual goals or any personal goals one. And the next one is that's a directions, being in a team or a group work. Whenever this one anybody is deviating any organizational goals, they should be given a right directions or appropriate directions with appropriate instructions towards to the attainment of the goal of any group activities one. And the next one is that's in a sharing information, because without information any group members cannot work with more efficiently. So whatever the information he or she requires to do some set of an activities for a group work, that needs to be shared, or that needs to be revealed to him or her before at a well in time. Then only they can able to work more efficiently. Because why? Because without informations we cannot do anything as per the planning, or to any specific time schedules one. And the 14.1 is that's a controlled by a personal accountability. It means that every other task, whenever the task is assigned to any members, all the task is it needs to be get assigned with some accountability, with some responsibility. Then only they are, if the task is assigned to a person with accountability, with responsibility, then only he or she can able to work promptly towards to a goal, or towards to a group activities one. The next one is that's an empowering team. Why? Because an empowered organization is one in which individuals have the knowledge, skill, desire, and opportunity to personally succeed in the way that leads to collective organization goals. It means that you need to make every employee feel that they are a valuable part of a team. You should not allow any people they are inferior, they are not much contributor to any group organ, that's a group goals or any kind of a team goals. You need to see to that, being in a team leader or in a captain or a group the leader, you need to see to that every other members of your group or a team are feel uniform. They are really in a part of the team, and all are really an equal for the contribution towards to an organizational goal one. And the next one is that is which is very important, that is addressing the problems within the team right away. As and when any member's problem is facing with respect to an is a task, the task which is assigned to him, as and when they encounter the problem, the others, the team member, the other subordinates, they should be a part of their team members problem, and they try to find they need to rectify the problems during their activities or during the course of the actions one. Okay. And next one is collaboration. Why? Because the strength of the team is each individual member, and the strength of each member is the team itself. And that's why collaboration and making themselves as a group or a group cohesiveness is the most important one. And having a charter or an agreement, it means that while not totally necessary, helps the team decide its identity and clarify its vision, mission, and goals. Sure that border organizations as this, but once the teams come together, having a charter, that's an agreement, can clarify expectations and leave no questions unanswered as to why the team is created in its the first place one. And the next one is communication, which everybody knows it. Bad human communication leaves us the less room to grow. If we have any good communication, obviously we can reach any person at any point of a time. Whatever the informations, in order to make informations this one reachable to other persons, we should have a good communication skills among the group members. And the next one is that's a brainstorming for a creative ideas. It means that in this present competitive era, all the group activities should be assigned with a scope of creating, or with the scope of given a more scope for creativity as well as a kind of an innovativeness. Why? Because creativity and innovativeness is going to be a rule in the coming days or in the competitive era. So extent possible, you should give scope to your group members to contribute their own ideas or to contribute their own creativity in doing the work for your group activities or towards to your organizational goals in a very shortest time or in any kind of a different way itself on. The next one is that's including those who have an imagination in the team. It means that the ideas that come out of the most brainstorming sessions are usually superficial, are trivial, and not very original. They are rarely any useful. The process, however, seems to make uncreative people feel that they are making innovativeness contributions and others are listening to them. It means that you need to give a scope, or you need to add even, or you need to give some kind of a priority even for the people who are doing the things in a different imaginations, are doing the things in a different pattern or a different kind of a way itself. And the next one is creating problem solving environment. Your teamwork, your team environment should be in such a way that it should be in a kind of in a problem solving environment. The members should not feel that they should not feel that why I am being a part of this kind of a team with a negative mode. Means you need to create an environment, should everybody should find a zeal or kind of a passion to still more and more work for your particular team goal through an online one. And next one is that's in building climate of a working satisfaction. That is in with respect to a quality of the work life. It means that whoever is working for your group or for your through an online or maybe in a physically, they should not feel kind of a boredom. They should not feel kind of an inferiority about your team work or that's a team environment. They should feel that all are satisfied and all are really this one working for your group activities one. And the next one is building fun with the business teamwork along with the working, even extent here and there, even you need to give a space for their fun also. Why? Because in these days all time working is not going to be an happen. Along with this one working some extent possible, you need to give a space for a fun learning experiences also. And the next one is connecting the good ideas of the team. It means that the way to get any good ideas to get lots of ideas and throw the bad ones away, which was said by Linus Pauling. Why? Because in these days there is a good scope, or there is a good respect for new ideas. That's why you should try to connect the good ideas of the team in order to make your activities or group activities in a very shortest time. The next one is pooling the resources and sharing all the skills together. Why? Because pooling resources and working as a team will always beat the individual performance. That's why you need, extent possible, you need to try to pull all the person's resources or the skills, especially towards the attainment of an organizational goals. Next one is that's in splitting the task. That's in dividing or subdividing the task to build up the speed or to take up the activities within a more speeder or with a more accurate or precision one. And next one is acting as a sounding board. It means that as a person or a group whose reactions to an idea, opinion, or point of view serve as a measure of its effectiveness or an acceptability. The next one is meeting the team to review the progress. Not only this one, once the task has been assigned, it should not be this one. After assigning the team also, this kind of a review meeting or kind of a concurrent evaluations during the process or during the course of an action, you should make, or you should monitoring the work, whether the things are going as per the group plan or discussion or this one decision, the decision which was taken. You should have this kind of a review, that's a review, that's a work review meeting also, okay, in a different frequency. And the next one is supporting the team all times. Means being in a group members all time, there should be in a mutual cooperative as well as in a supportive among them. Then only they can work with a more ease of doing the things for in a group activities one. And the next one is measuring the teamwork performance continuously. Then only you can able to find whether the things are happening as per the schedules. If not, it would be helps you to check, or it would be helps you to correct or repair if any deviations are happening during the activities. And the next one is adjusting the team according to the changes. Why? Because all you are aware, we are living in a dynamic competitive business environment. As like the things are expected by the consumers or by the business environment, we needs to get changes in our works also. As like even in the group activities, you should give a scope for this kind of an adaptability or kind of an flexibility according to the time or according to the changes required by the present time or to any concurrent changes also. The next one is willing to assist other team members to complete all the portions of the task. It means that once any member has completed his task, or the group as the subgroup has completed his task, they should be having a helping mode to the other subgroup, which we help them to complete their task at an earliest also. It means that they should be having a mutual help oriented persons. And the next one is reward should be granted to an effective. It means that those who are worked really hard and those who are really worked in a more importantly way, as like that particular sub teams or a group of members or sometimes individual, they needs to be get rewarded. Then only it means that it's kind of an just motivating tool which they can make them still they need to be work for an organization goals one. And next one is that's sharing the outcomes together. At the end of the work, all members should give a scope or should give an opportunity to share their experiences, how they found their journey in their particular group activities throughout particular activities one. And the next one is, that's the last one is, whatever the success or maybe failures, it should be get celebrated. And even the success, it should not be celebrated or it should not be things only for in a particular few person. The success or maybe a failure should be equally shared among all the group members. Then only they can able to then only they can able to see for what reason it was failure and for what all the things it was got success. By that they will it will make them to work more for, at least for an ensuing group works on. And as in a group leader or a team leader, we all have an ability to be an excellent. Take time today to look at this list, and if it makes sense, decide which you could make, if you could implement on your quest for developing your teamwork, and your team will become an excellent working team. Okay, and each member should complete this checklist in order to know at what extent we are competitive